Imagine if the Bible we know is missing key pieces of the story, pieces that fill in crucial details about creation, the lives of the patriarchs, and even God's commandments. The Book of Jubilees, preserved in the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible, claims to provide these missing pieces, adding deeper insights into God's divine plan. Surprisingly, this book was excluded from much of the Christian world. Why? In this discussion, we'll explore the Book of Jubilees, also known as Little Genesis, to uncover why its 50 chapters were kept out of the mainstream Christian Bible. This ancient text not only expands on the Genesis story, but also gives us a cosmic perspective on time, angels, and hidden commandments. Jubilees even argues that the calendar we follow today is flawed, insisting instead on a divinely structured timeline that few observe. So, why was this text rejected? What secrets did it hold that made it controversial? Creation and sacred time. Jubilees retells the creation story from Genesis, but dives much deeper. According to Jubilees, God didn't just create life. He established the very structure of time, aligning it with his divine order. This concept, known as sacred time, is grounded in a precise solar calendar, observed by heavenly angels, that regulates cosmic cycles. Unlike our commonly used calendars, Jubilees describes a 364-day year with 4 seasons of exactly 91 days, aligning holy days like the Sabbath perfectly every year. But most of humanity, it says, has abandoned this system, leading to spiritual misalignment. Angels, creation, and cosmic order. While Genesis mentions the creation of angels, Jubilees gives them a significant role. Created on the first day, angels are tasked with overseeing the universe, governing natural phenomena, time, and seasons. They not only observe, but actively maintain cosmic order, ensuring that the sun, moon, and stars follow their divine courses. When humanity strays from God's timing, chaos ensues, a theme central to the Book of Jubilees. The sacred calendar versus lunar calendar. Jubilees argues for a solar calendar as the only proper way to measure time, contrasting it with the lunar calendar that many ancient cultures, including the Israelites, adopted. Jubilees claims the lunar calendar disrupts sacred dates and leads to disobedience against God's will. By returning to the 364-day solar calendar, humanity can realign with the divine rhythm set during creation. The Sabbath and Jubilee cycles. Jubilees expands on the Genesis story of the Sabbath, viewing it as a cosmic principle that anchors time itself. Beyond a weekly rest, it introduces Jubilee cycles of 49 years that symbolize periods of renewal for the earth, people, and angelic realms. This reinforces the idea that the Sabbath isn't merely a human custom, but an eternal law integral to God's design. Adam commandments and the role of angels. According to Jubilees, God gave Adam laws from the very beginning, delivered through angels. These laws encompassed the Sabbath, purity, marriage, and worship practices, which Adam and his descendants were to follow. Angels served as mediators, ensuring that humanity understood and adhered to these commands. This view suggests that God's law existed long before Moses, guiding humanity from the start. Cain, Abel, and the line of righteousness. While Genesis recounts Cain's murder of Abel, Jubilees adds that this act was humanity's first major transgression, setting a precedent for spiritual consequence. Jubilees emphasizes the role of Seth, Adam's third son, as the righteous line through whom God's covenant would continue, ultimately leading to Noah and the renewal of humanity. The Nephilim and the Flood. In Genesis, the Nephilim, the offspring of fallen angels and humans, briefly appear, but Jubilees explores their impact in greater detail. Their existence contributed to Earth's corruption, prompting God to cleanse the world with the flood. Afterward, Jubilees highlights God's covenant with Noah, emphasizing the importance of purity, righteousness, and adherence to divine laws to prevent future destruction. Abraham's early faith and cosmic law. Jubilees sheds light on Abraham's early life, depicting him as a young man who rejects his family's idolatry to pursue the true God. Unlike Genesis, which introduces Abraham as a man of faith, Jubilees portrays him as a reformer who defies false gods and aligns with a higher divine order. This stance establishes Abraham as a forefather who practiced divine laws even before Moses, guided by angelic instruction, Jacob, Esau, and predestination. Jubilees adds layers of cosmic significance to the story of Jacob and Esau. Jacob, destined to carry the covenant, embodies righteousness, while Esau represents rebellion. Their rivalry symbolizes the greater cosmic battle between good and evil, with their descendants continuing the struggle throughout history. Joseph's prophetic role. Joseph's life takes on a new dimension in Jubilees. His rise in Egypt is not just a personal success story, it's part of a preordained plan recorded on the heavenly tablets. Angels protect and guide Joseph, ensuring he fulfills his role as Israel's savior during famine and setting the stage for the eventual Exodus. The Exodus and spiritual warfare. In Jubilees, Israel's enslavement in Egypt becomes a test of faith in the face of spiritual forces opposed to God's plan. The figure Mastema, often associated with Satan, intensifies their suffering, seeking to weaken their allegiance to God. But God's timing, aligned with sacred dates, assures their deliverance in accordance with the cosmic order, with angels playing key roles in the struggle. Mosaic Law and the Heavenly Tablets. Jubilees presents the Mosaic Law as pre-existing guidelines written on the heavenly tablets, meant to align Israel with the divine calendar and universal order. Rather than being newly introduced through Moses, these laws are revealed as eternal principles practiced by righteous figures like Abraham and Jacob. This law, Jubilees argues, is binding on all of creation, including angels, linking heaven and earth in an everlasting covenant. The end times, angels, and Israel's redemption. Jubilees provides a detailed vision of Israel's future, depicting a timeline leading to redemption and the Messianic kingdom. Angels will gather the faithful and execute divine justice, casting the forces of darkness into the abyss. The righteous will inherit a renewed creation where God's law governs all. The Book of Jubilees, with its cosmic view of creation, time, and divine law, presents a profound expansion of familiar biblical narratives. By reintroducing concepts like the sacred calendar and angelic intervention, it challenges us to reconsider our understanding of biblical history and God's eternal plan. If you found this deep dive into the Book of Jubilees insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the conversation in the comments. Together, let's continue exploring these ancient mysteries.